the 210 Culture Podcast featuring G, Dom, and Donna. G, take it away.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 10 of the 210 Culture Podcast, aka You Name It Podcast. And why do we call it the You Name It Podcast?
Why?
Why? I don't know why. I just thought it was fun.
No, there's a reason why.
Yeah, there's a reason why. You should find that reason why.
I can't find that reason why.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I just had the reason why. I'm sorry, guys.
It correlates with Jesus.
Wow.
I had it here. I don't know what happened.
You're killing the mood right now.
I'm sorry, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
So we'll get back to why it's called the You Name It edition.
Oh, God. I'm dead inside.
I died
again.
Oh, wait. I found it.
Yay.
This is why.
I got beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, churches, beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb,
This time of year is back.
It is the Your Mama Don't Love You Enough, so she stuffs your stomach month. That is November.
And she got beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes.
But
and those tamales.
Since today's just the 1st of November, we're going to play tribute to Donna's favorite holiday. One last time. Hit the music. Rest in peace, October. It was fun. But time for the good holidays.
Spooky season is over.
So, we are back
Still
again.
watching scary movies, though.
So,
Me too.
You know, we're going to go ahead and go around the round table like we always do. So, guys, how was your weekend / Halloween? Dom?
Very busy. Because, you know.
Very busy.
Very busy. I mean, we're literally going out interviewing trick-or-treaters, seeing what kind of candy they're getting this year. All of them said they got Trump candy and they threw it away in the trash.
Trump candy?
Yeah, it's in the trash.
Boo, you suck.
But other than that, I mean, apples and raisins, ugh.
Ew.
I mean,
what about apples?
Whoever gives out apples and raisins, you're psychotic.
Yeah, here comes the tricking.
Your mom's a hoe.
Hey, even pretzels. I mean, pretzels was given out there, guys.
Hey, pretzels are okay. They're okay in my book.
Where's the candy though? Where's the?
Once you get into all that healthy crap, that's when it's just.
I mean, the best thing I saw was a Nutella candy that was given out.
Ooh.
Like one of those Nutella packs.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Nutella is not candy. Fuck
but
that.
It's still good.
It's the equivalent of giving out peanut
Nutella
butter.
is amazing.
Oh my god, that spread though. And I mean, in all kinds of spreads.
Anybody who gives Nutella out
bread
on Halloween,
you some kind of new psycho.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because you're a retard to give out $4 worth of Nutella to people.
You are a genius. Don't let other people tell you otherwise.
Some people got money.
Now, the one thing that I want to know, what I want to know is which idiot is giving out drugs to kids, because I want to go visit his house for scientific purposes.
You want to go try it out? Or?
Like, I understand, like, in the 50s and 60s, like, drugs were cheap. You could get, like, a LSD tablet for, like, $5.
What?
So I kind of get where it's cool to put drugs in kids' food and kids' candies, but this is 2018. You get, like, what? Half a Xanax for like $80.
Half these kids are already on those pills already.
Exactly, it's the kids that are giving the candies to the adults. Thanks for the Kit Kat. Here's a Zanny. But yeah,
it's expensive. Why would you want to waste it on kids? Why?
I want to go trick or treating again.
Why?
If that's the case.
Exactly. I saw a meme where it was like Channel 6 be like, there's candy meth given out to kids on the south side, and there's a picture of Hank Hill as the devil with his poncho sticking out, and he was like. It was like, what street again? And he has like his little pail and stuff.
True.
But yeah, I mean, sounds like fun. I went as Mario because why not? Because it was easier just to buy overalls and a red shirt. So I was Mario. Dom, what were you for Halloween?
Well, I decided to put together my two latest costumes, which is Bane and everybody's favorite to hate. Was it from Walking Dead?
You love to hate me.
Yeah, from Walking Dead. You also have Negan. So I
hey,
put
watch
on,
your mouth.
Yeah, I put on the mask for Bane, and then I of course, had the Lucille bat and the scarf on. It looked pretty good. It's like a post-apocalyptic character, so it looks pretty dope. I'll go ahead and post it on the page later on for you guys.
Woo!
Actually, I never actually got a picture in my Mario costume, so I'm sorry.
Mario.
But,
it's a me, Mario.
Where was Peach at that day, Mario?
Peach got replaced by a crazy bat lady.
Cat lady. I was the crazy cat lady.
Oh, so you're talking about Karen.
No, I don't know.
Karen the cat lady.
I was a cat lady, and I loved it.
Kitty got claws.
Oh, we were talking about Batman. Sorry,
my favorite.
We're like way past
my
that.
favorite hero.
But somebody from work was a chicken on a stick, and I was very, very happy. I was pleased.
Like they were impaled, or
yeah, look.
Wow,
it had like
she looks delicious.
I could post a photo on on our Facebook, but she had a jalapeno head with the chicken.
God damn!
That's what everybody said when she walked in and they saw her in the chicken on the stick. They were just like, "Ooh wee!" Now I'm hungry.
We're going to eat today.
Yeah, so that was our Halloween and our weekend. We really didn't do much, but so let's go ahead and jump right into these topics, shall we?
Yes. The first topic, we didn't have any TSA this week. They are on a bye week. So
go Runners, though.
They do play next weekend, I believe.
Yeah.
At least
they played this weekend. I think they're back home. So yeah. A bye week is definitely better than a loss. So
very true.
Go Runners. Moving on.
So our next topic is the Spurs. The Spurs actually had quite a few games this week. They played against the Lakers on Saturday, 10-27. They won the game 106-110.
Yay.
Yeah. Scoring.
Take that, Lakers.
Scoring 29 on the first quarter, 25 on the second, 33 on the third, 23 on the fourth.
Where Bron though?
I don't know.
No Bron though.
They also played the Mavericks on Monday,
Old
the
Dirk.
29th. And they also took a win, 108-113.
Dirk's looking old.
Yay. 20 in the first quarter, 33 in the second, 23 in the third, and 26 in the fourth. And they actually went into overtime, and they scored 11 points.
Get it.
The last game they played was against the Suns, and they took another win.
They blacked out the sun.
120-90, scoring 15 in the first quarter, 24 in the second, 27 in the third, 24 in the fourth. Spurs are set to play the Pelicans November the 3rd at 6 p.m.
Watch out, Davis. We coming for you.
And that I was aware of at the third quarter, if I'm correct, the score was already like 75-30 at that point.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, the game almost was stopped. They stopped it
for embarrassment
due to, the mercy rule. But,
Bad boys, what you gonna
hey,
do?
we're looking
What
for a
you
new
gonna do when they
reputation
come
out
for
there.
you?
Bad boys, what
you want?
But, I heard supposedly they uploaded it to Pornhub, but it got taken down because you weren't allowed to put gang rapes on Pornhub, even though they got a bunch of different categories. Not that I would know.
Ooh.
But let's all take a minute here to give a big applause to the man of the team leading the charge, Mr. DeRozan.
The man with the plan.
DeRozan is averaging out of
Who
these
ain't got
first
no man.
8-9 games. He is averaging 28.3 points a game, which is 1 full point more than Kawhi is averaging at the moment. So shout out to DeRozan there. Woo! He's also leading in assists.
Great.
He is averaging 6 more assists than Kawhi. And then I think Kawhi hasn't been in rebounds, but whatever.
Yeah, who says we're butthurt? We got the best out of that deal.
So as right now, we're looking good. Both teams are looking good. Of course,
good.
Of course, we know the Raptors are in first place, and in a daycare because nobody's good in the East. So
I mean, somebody got to pick up LeBron's mantle.
Speaking about that, real quick before we jump into a different topic, the Cavaliers are so bad. They're 1-6 last time I checked.
They lost time.
They are so bad that when they played the Brooklyn Nets, I know, game of the week, right? Tickets were going for $2 in the nosebleeds.
Oh, what the?
$2 to sit in the nosebleeds to watch them play.
That's awesome.
So, I'm probably going to be making some trips out to New Jersey pretty soon to go watch some basketball.
Damn, $2.
Damn, I'll join you on that.
I know. You could all go for less than $10.
Yeah, but then again, I want to watch a real game, so I'll just watch Spurs.
That is a real game. Both losing teams.
But yeah, so
like the Raiders and the 49ers.
Shout out to the Raiders for trading Cooper to Dallas for those who keep up with football.
Yay!
And shout out to the Broncos for giving Demaryius Thomas over to the Texans. So there's that. But on to sports news that matter in town. Bay.
Our next is the Rampage game. The Rampage, a.k.a. Los Chimuelos, had their Dia De Los Muertos game this past Friday, 10/26. It is not only the first ever Dia De Los Muertos game in franchise history for the San Antonio Rampage, but also a first for an American Hockey League team to change its identity. There was a mariachi band, folklorico dancers, face painters, and a special altar by sections 115 through 116.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they did lose, but there was something for all the families to do. So what do you guys think of Los Chimuelos? Really?
Wow, if I could actually hear that, I mean, it would be great.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Let me try this one more time. Okay, well, that's the best we can do because Disney's going to sue us if we play the rest. But, yeah, it's cool. I mean, we had over the summer the flying chanclas here in town with the missions, so it's kind of nice to see the hockey team follow in the same order, seeing how it is, it was Hispanic Heritage Month and Dia De Los Muertos all mixed together. So it was a pretty cool take. I wish they would do it maybe like every Friday or something else. Kind of how like the chanclas would play every Thursday.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would wish
For
that
sure.
because I worked and I didn't get to go and I really wanted to go. But there's also the caps and the shirts that you can buy on their website. I really haven't followed the Rampage in a while. It's been a good while, but
It has.
from the iguanas to the Rampage, the
For
Widow
the
days.
iguanas?
Yeah, back
Why
in
are you
the
laughing?
Day.
What?
Yeah, back
Yeah.
in the day,
They were
the
called the
iguanas.
iguanas?
Yes, look it up. Look it up.
Their colors were like
No, I'm not looking it up.
orange, purple, and
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm glad they changed to the
I had
Rampage.
a hockey puck and everything.
me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
The
Had a-
mascot was an iguana. It was badass.
iguana,
He was a
yeah.
dope mascot.
I wouldn't know. I'm not from here.
Wah, wah, wah. Aw, bitch.
But yeah, like in the comments there, if you remember when they were the iguanas, when
I
they
do.
had, I don't remember the name of the mascot. I know it wasn't like Iguana the iguana, but
Iguana,
maybe it was
iguana.
Juana el iguana, pero
Juana.
Juana the
Bala
iguana.
como Juana la iguana.
But yes,
I love it.
I used to have actually a stuffed iguana. The iguana.
I have like a little
Really?
toy hockey stick that's like this big.
What?
It's about 2 feet
Yeah,
or so,
I remember
and it says
those.
iguanas on it, and the hockey puck has the logo.
Lord
Yeah.
Jesus.
That was what's
And it was
up.
dope because I think where the A was the iguana,
Yeah. He was like
similar
like
to the
crawling on you.
similar to the Spurs logo, like how the Spur makes the A on there?
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like that. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really
Interesting.
cool. And it brings back memories.
Good memories.
Well, it don't bring back any memories for me, but it sounds like they were fun.
Well, it's going to be like the Rampage if they change the Rampage one day.
Yep. So that was pretty fun. But yeah. Anybody else's thoughts on that?
No, but I want to go see a game really soon. I remember back when I first came and we got that package. I don't remember what it was, but you paid like what, $30 to go see pretty much the whole season.
It was like select games, but like
Select
two of
games.
them were like up down in the ice. We sat like
Yeah.
2 rows from the glass.
Yeah,
Wow, that's where the action's at.
yeah,
That's
it
where
was
everybody
really
gets beat
good.
up.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
if you like that movie The Goon, you're gonna like hockey. So you should go watch it.
hockey.
It's really fun when you see them beat the heck out
And
of
we
each
could
other.
never find that package thing again.
Yeah, true.
I don't know who's selling it.
I mean, you might get somebody who got the goods. out
Yeah.
there.
So if anybody knows about that package, if that package even exists anymore,
drop a comment.
drop a
Oh my
comment.
god, you
and
make it
hit
seem
us
like
up.
it was 20 years ago.
It might as well have been 20 years ago.
It was about
When
6.
we were the iguanas.
No. We were the Rampage 6 years ago.
Iguanas. 20 years ago, no.
Brr. But
okay, well, moving on to
Los Chimuelos, go.
to G's topic that he never shuts up about. Alamo City Comic Con. Really? Did you use that?
That was the one I had on cue.
I mean, there was no Ghostbusters at that.
I know. Alamo City Comic Con was this past weekend, 10/26 through the 28th. There were many special guests that appeared throughout the weekend, including Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ric Flair, the cast from The Sandlot, some of the cast from The Mayans, Carmen from George Lopez, and Mary Poppins from the Guardians of the Galaxy, just to name a few. Who would you guys have liked to see from the Comic Con attendees?
Obviously, it has to be Mr. I Invented Drip, Ric Flair. Woo!
Ric Flair dip.
I
Go
mean,
woo on a...
Only an old man like Ric Flair can make it so be relevant. He's now what, close to 70, I think.
Yeah, he got one foot in the coffin.
And I mean, he just got remarried like 2 months ago, and then he had the song where he comes out with, of course, with the Migos, and then he had the song with Bad Bunny where
Bad
he comes
Bunny.
Illegitimate father, by the way.
Yes, he even came out with him on the award show, and then he even came out on Jimmy Kimmel, I think.
He can't even speak
with
Spanish.
Offset, and they were wearing the robes. They had like the whole wrestling ring, and they performed together.
Nice.
I mean, everybody listed other than Arnold Schwarzenegger, I would be totally down to meet. I don't really care for Arnold. I mean, not that I don't like him. It's just he's old. Who cares?
Well, I mean, I would disagree because I grew up watching his movies. And
Yeah.
Grew up with him in that culture.
Yeah,
in the
but
90s.
for almost $2,000 to go shake his hand, I'm not paying $2,000.
Well, no, but like still, it'd just be cool to
Just to see him break a sweat. I would collect the sweat
like,
in one
"How are you?
little
Nice to
glass
meet you."
jar and sell it for $1,000.
Arnold, he was the Terminator.
sell.
He created
What is Terminator? I'm not from here.
Terminator, the robot from the future, come to kill
He
John
doesn't know.
Connor.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
I lied. He's also the guy who said, "Get to the chopper now."
Get down.
Oh, I'm the governor.
Get down.
And he also was in Predator, and he was Conan the Barbarian. He was everything, like from the 70s on up. Like now he's slowing down and he's in retirement. Probably gonna make some other movies. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. And of course, we are forgetting one important person on the list that was there. The only TV superhero who used to matter in the 70s. The great Luke Ferrigno, a.k.a. the Hulk, a.k.a. Sheriff Rigno. As of this weekend, he got inducted as an honorary member of Bexar County Police.
Yay!
They said that when he was getting inducted that he couldn't hear the whole ceremony, but he had to read lips because he's deaf. Get it? He couldn't hear shit, but he could read lips, so that's great.
You suck.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much everybody was busy, which was dope. They had Ric Flair supposedly was at a Ford Motor Company.
Yeah, some dealership going, like some kind of deal going down with him.
Every time I think of somebody like Ric Flair and the deal, I think of Will Ferrell in the East Down and Bound, where he looks like Ric Flair and he owns the car lot. That's what I pictured. Like when Ric Flair showed up, I pictured that show there.
That's a hilarious show.
Shout out to Kenny Powers.
Kenny Powers.
Everybody just wants to be like Kenny Powers. Of course, speaking of Kenny Powers and baseball,
Flame.
The Red Sox won the World Series.
Yay!
Yeah.
You suck.
Oh.
Should have been the Astros.
Yay!
But anyway, back to what I was
Close
saying.
enough.
Yeah, we had the cast of the Mayans, which was really would have been pretty cool to meet. Just because I really love the show. The show's pretty dope. It's getting pretty good.
But you know what's really crazy when you have stars coming in from all over the nation to do Comic-Con, and they show up at a Spurs game, such as the Sandlot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the part that I did forget. Yeah, the Sandlot did meet at the basketball game to watch the Lakers get beat by the Spurs.
You got Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls, you're killing me. But yeah, that was pretty dope.
were there.
Of course, I would have loved to meet Carmen too.
I would too.
I would have just told her that I had the biggest crush on her when I was
I bet you did.
high school.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Lord Jesus.
I think everybody did.
Oh yeah.
Everybody did.
I was more after the
then,
daughter, but you know,
I was gonna
at
say,
that time I was her age.
I was gonna say, then they brought in the cousin.
The cousin was pretty. Well, Veronica.
Veronica.
Yeah. The cousin was prettier.
Yeah, but still.
Sorry, Carmen.
It was still a good time. Of course, they had Steve also from Full House, who actually does the voice of Aladdin from the original movies. I did not know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
And then you had the guy who did the original Batman cartoon show.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot his name, but he also did the voice for
Kevin Conroy.
He also did the voice for the Arkham Asylum games.
Yes,
so that was pretty cool. I did not know that either.
Also, the lady that voices Ariel from The Little Mermaid was there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yes.
And Pocahontas.
And Pocahontas.
And Jasmine.
All the princesses.
And Jasmine.
Mm-hmm. So that was a pretty good time.
Show you the world.
We sadly didn't get to go this year, but it's fine. We'll go next year, and we'll bring a lot of video. We'll plan it out and get the whole 7-year pass.
7 year?
7 year pass?
7 year pass.
What?
But it was definitely...
We're going to have a booth there then.
I know.
But it was definitely a good weekend to be here in San Antonio. There was a lot of stuff going on.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
They had that going on. And then to segue into the next topic, there was Malaluna.
Yes. So Malaluna was also this past weekend, the 27th and the 28th. Some of the headliners for Saturday were Cardi B, Nicki Jam, and Tyler, the Creator. Some headliners for Sunday were 2 Chainz, Little Pump, Dylan Francis, and Young Thug, and of course other artists. And this was at the Nelson Wolff Stadium. So who would you guys have loved to see?
And his name is Mario.
He wasn't there.
He took a vacay.
That's what I would love to see.
Oh, too bad.
I mean, if I could afford
Cardi
to
B, Nicki Jam.
If I could afford to
Chainz.
put the list, and it didn't matter on what day, I think if I had to pick at least, I would say if I had to pick 3 out of everybody who performed, I'd have to go with Nicki Jam, 2 Chainz, and Little Pump.
So when Little Pump does his songs, when he does the song with Kanye, is he just singing with himself?
Probably.
Pretty much.
With a with a computer? Like
now,
literally?
Have you seen the Saturday Night Live version of them singing "I Love It"? It is the greatest version ever.
Funniest.
They both pull up in bottles. I think Little Pump's in a Fiji bottle, and Kanye West is in a bottle of Perrier. And I think that's how you call it. I think I might have said that wrong. But
Perrier.
They're going, and then all of a sudden, Kanye starts doing the what's that dance from Fortnite? Don't worry, you go like that.
Yeah, he's pumping his fist in the air.
Yeah, and he kicks his foot sideways. Kanye starts doing that, and Kanye looks like he's having the most fun in the world doing it, and Little Pump looks miserable. Like, what the hell did you get me into? And it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I was talking about it today, actually, that I feel like Little Pump is starting to become my favorite mumble rapper. It used to be Lil Yachty.
Weird.
It used to be Lil Yachty, but and I'm not saying this just because he had the interview with J. Cole, and y'all know how much I love J. Cole. But I just feel like... But I feel like him and Tekashi, kind of 6ix9ine, both kind of have like a legit reason. They just are retarded to get famous.
Yes.
Or stupid to get famous. Sorry, not trying to offend people here. But do stupid stuff just to get famous. Like I really do.
I agree.
But they're both really smart, like intelligent wise when you hear like in their interviews, and they're foreign. But yeah, I would have him maybe as the opener. And then 2 Chainz as the middle guy because I love 2 Chainz.
Yeah, 2 Chainz would be the one person I would go see.
I would love to meet
Titty Boy.
I'd love to meet him and hang out with what's the dog's name? Trappy. Him and Trappy.
He's so cute.
I would love for him to. I wonder if Trappy came with him. Mm-hmm. And then of course I'd have Nicki Jam finish the whole thing out.
Yeah, Nicki Jam.
Love him.
And then Cardi B can get the hell out of here. Team Nicki all day.
Oh fuck no. Team Cardi all the fucking way.
See, that's worse than political thoughts.
I know. I'm about to start swinging.
I'd rather sit next to somebody who's going to vote for Cruz or Beto than somebody who's going to...
My mama said you can't start swinging in the house.
Nah, I mean, I like Cardi.
Man, dumbass, trifling ass bitch, Nicki.
I like Cardi as long as Cardi doesn't have to give an interview. As long as she's cranking out music, I love Cardi. But as soon as she talks...
I will agree with that.
As soon as she talks, when she talks, all I hear is...
Don't you offend Chewbacca that way. You're an asshole.
Exactly.
He is an asshole.
Why are you offending him?
210 Culture G is an asshole.
Don't
But
ever compare him to
yeah,
Cardi.
I mean, I love, I like I was talking about it, how they were talking about how Nicki's album sucked, or like the last one tanked. Like what sucks because when she started, she was like a hardcore rapper, kind of like Cardi. Then she got popped to get famous, but now that Cardi's getting cred for being street again, Nicki's trying to do the same thing, and it's not working because her new fans don't listen to that, and the old fans who did don't want to listen to her now that she sold out. So I kind of feel like that's where it's all at, and she's just coming after Cardi because Cardi's the hot.
Yeah.
She's a hot ticket in town,
She's the hot
motherfucker.
suit. But yeah, if you guys had to pick 3 out of everybody who performed, who would you pick?
Cardi, Nicki, and 2 Chainz.
Nicki
I
wasn't
don't
on
really
there.
care for a little pump.
Nicki wasn't on there.
Nicki Jam.
Oh.
Pendejo.
Well, say the full name here. Don't confuse the people at home listening.
Well, yeah, it'd be 2 Chainz, aka
And
Titty
then
Boy.
imagine if they had a song
Nicki
all
Jam,
together.
and then Cardi B would be the one I would go
Yeah.
to see because I mean, Little Pump. I mean, I like some songs, but I mean,
Yeah.
then again, that's a short list. I can listen to all 2 Chainz albums all over again,
All day.
all day. Sign a
But-
check.
You know.
I've been smoking on that gas.
But anyway,
Like to be on
Yeah.
Cinemax.
And then I feel like we had
Movies.
some. Didn't we have something else going
Mhm.
on in town? We had the game. We had that. We had Comic Con. I
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
feel like there's something else going on. No.
Well, there was something at La Villita for Dia de los Muertos.
Segway.
segue.
Really?
Wrong
I
button.
thought you said we weren't going to get into this.
Get into what?
Segway.
Yagway.
Seaway.
SeaWorld.
So anyways, I guess moving on. I guess we should go to
I
the
was gonna
next
say
topic.
going to the next topic.
Sure.
Segway means go to the next topic.
No.
Well, what are we
Oh, I thought you meant about the scooters.
No,
No.
skirt.
Those are scooters. Not
Scooters.
segways.
Segways are the ones
Uh,
that
Segways
yeah.
are the...
the
Yeah.
2 wheels. Yeah,
It's the scooter type.
Stand
Okay,
up.
well
It's
now
a-
we're gonna talk about it because
And-
you brought it up.
Oh, God.
So you got-
really?
You got no one to blame but yourself.
So go ahead, speak about it.
Today is Dia de los Muertos. Happy Dia de los Muertos today.
To our loved ones that have passed in the year and years
Yes,
before.
we hope everyone had a great holiday with their loved
You
ones.
reconnected.
Make sure you put the photo up. You don't want them to
Yes.
be forgotten.
Remember Coco.
You don't want them to be a Hector
Coco.
or the other guy who
It's
disappears.
not Hector, it's Hector.
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 Remember me.
And remember,
Look at
if
those R's
that
in
stray
there.
dog is following you, that's probably your
It's
spirit
an
guide.
alebrije.
Alabrije.
So you probably should still kick it.
So
No.
that means Zoe's y'all's Alabrije.
Yes.
She is Dante.
She's dumb.
She went as the
She
white
is
Dante.
Dante.
She is dumb.
She is our Dante.
She's not dumb. She's just...
She forgets me every time I come over. She's like, "Who are
So
you?"
stuff
and starts
is
barking.
wrong with her.
But yeah,
Anyways.
definitely, you know.
Remember me.
I mean, the whole thing of it is just to remember your loved ones. So,
Yes.
you know, of course, they have the ofrendas that you put your picture. You put their picture, not your picture. Their
Yeah,
picture.
You're not dead
Uh,
unless you're dead in the inside. Go,
You
go
put
ahead.
you put their picture, and of course, you're
And then
supposed
you
to
get a
put,
Ouija board and contact them.
I know.
You're supposed to go ahead and put your favorite
Their favorite.
their favorite food. My
Their
bad.
favorite food, drinks.
No, put your
Drinks.
favorite food.
Stuff.
Favorite activities as well. So like.
like
I
to
know,
smoke
like for me,
cigars.
for example, my grandpa loved cars, so I would put like a Hot Wheels car, on his just to kind of like show that he likes cars. But yeah, pretty much their favorite food. We were gonna try to build one, but we don't have no space in this place.
We don't have any space.
Um,
Hopefully we can do it next year.
or we can go put it in Dom's office.
Oh.
My office
Yeah.
is always open.
That's what she said.
One thing that Coco really taught me about Dia de los
You
Muertos
gotta love your
is that
grandparents.
Remember me.
I hate to say
that
goodbye. Remember me.
you really want to tell the story of your loved ones that you've made memories with to kind of carry on those stories for generations and generations. It's cooler to tell the stories when you lived them with the person instead,
Instead of
of
putting on
just...
Snapchat, Donna,
Well, no, not that.
or on Instagram.
But I mean,
I get you.
you know, just instead of hearing it, you experience it and then tell the story.
And it's
That
just
makes
one of
sense.
those, just, I guess in general too, it's just like, don't lose track of your family, because just like that if you don't spend time with your family and spread these memories, yeah, you will forget people. Just like we remember maybe our great grandmas, grandpas, but anything other than that, we don't really remember. And that's just
or don't know.
And that's just an example of being forgotten and as memories not passing down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm assuming that people are gonna like skyrocket to make these now because of Coco this year. Which I mean, it's a good thing because it helps
brings awareness
back to our culture. We're of course 210 culture and stuff, but yeah, it is a tradition that's falling. Maybe they'll make Disney will make a tamale movie about how to make tamales, and
then all the females will be back in the kitchen.
Then boom,
shut
tamales,
the front door.
Tamale making will get popping, and then there'll be.
There'll be men there too, not just
people
women.
will be slinging tamales, and prices will go down, and we don't have to pay $12 a dozen for Christmas.
I think that is ridiculous.
Why are we even paying that? We should just
back
make
in the
ourselves.
valley. They're $6 a dozen. So what the?
So we're just going to the valley instead of here.
Yes, because y'all too expensive over here. Last time when I was in Bernie, this old dude, this old dude. Went into the gas station that I used to work at, and I bought the tamales from him. Guess how much they freaking cost?
15.
Guess.
16.
They cost $14 a dozen.
I was closer.
And they were the nastiest shits I've ever had.
It's already hard enough waiting for them. I'm not paying.
I know. And he was so cute, and I was like, okay, I'll buy some tamales from you. And then I tasted them, they were the nastiest shits ever, and I threw them in the trash.
But white people can't tell us the difference.
No, it was a Mexicano. I know.
I
was sad. It was very, very sad.
He must not know how to make tamales.
Nope, it was been it's getting a lost tradition, so that's where it's going.
It is.
Down.
I need to tell my tia Chabela.
She can make a fortune.
Tío Chuy. Tío Chuy, ¿dónde está tu pinche pork?
No, it's Dia Chabela.
Jalapeno chicken.
Chicken cheese jalapeno
There's
from
a
Delia's.
guy here.
Ooh.
There's a guy here that I've been trying to go buy some, but they're $18 a dozen.
Oh, fuck that.
He has carne guisada tamales.
What?
Yes.
$18 a dozen, I'll pass.
Can you make carne guisada tamales?
Hell yeah.
Okay, well then
give me the ingredients, I'll make it.
All right, Culture Creations episode number 3. Here we
go. So we got 2 topics left, even though we have one on our little sheet here.
Yeah, we have 2 more.
I guess we can jump into the last one on the sheet. Just in case it gets heated, we can use the last one to calm it down and wrap it up.
Okay.
The only one who's going to get heated is you.
The next topic is a little bit controversial.
Hold on, let me get my controversy music. Hold on.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
Really?
I didn't have good enough music.
That's going to be your controversy.
It should be the Law and Order noise.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, yeah, the Law and Order.
What about that one? No? Okay.
No.
If I can turn that off. Okay. Give me one second.
Okay.
Let me cue up my music.
It's when the mallet hits the thing.
Let me describe it. Well, actually, just a few disclaimers before we get into this topic. Our opinions are our own.
There you go.
Yes. So please do not take offense. We are not choosing sides. We are just stating our opinions. Our opinions are not facts. Please don't take things seriously. Look up the information for yourself.
Yes.
The topics are there.
And it's not a representation of 210 culture as a whole. Just each individual person. So feel free to send all hate mail to Dom. And he'll sort it out and tell you to go fuck yourself.
Don't be a sheep. Everybody, don't be a sheep.
Stay woke.
He'll sort it out and tell you to go fuck yourself. So
this is what I do for a living. I tell people to go fuck themselves.
So before we begin, here's the case of Bear Arms versus Bricks at Blue Star.
Okay. So a canceled event at Brick at Blue Star has spilled over into a social media feud over whether the venue backed out over the organizers' pro-gun views. Local clothing company Bear Arms announced on its Instagram account that a fall fashion show was scheduled for Tuesday night at Brick was canceled off because the owner does not want to associate with guns in any way and book something else the same day, even after a $750 deposit was paid.
Bruh.
Bear Arms market clothes printed with images of assault rifles, including some parroting the Star Wars Nikki Nike and Spurs logo. Its social media accounts include photos of firearms and pro-gun memes. Michael Martinez, the company's owner, said he doesn't condone violence and would have been happy to explain that to Brick's owners if he had the chance. So, what do you guys think about this situation?
Well,
so, let's start with you, Dom, because I know G has a lot to say.
Well, I mean,
really?
In today's society,
we know who you go for.
In today's society, it's really difficult to even speak about firearms without having to cringe a little. Because with not only this year's experiences with gun violence, but past years of experiences with gun violence. And so, you know, it's like if somebody believes that they don't want to be associated with that, then that's their own opinion.
Yeah.
And they should be honored. They should be able to speak with the person first before doing that.
Exactly.
And that is incorrect because it's a business proposition.
Right.
And they already paid. You can't do that. You can't step out. You
Yeah.
should have been accepted in the first place. You should do your research.
Yeah. So this is kind of like a little summary of what happened. We
Why'd they accept the money? That's what my question
exactly. We have both of them on Instagram.
Yes.
And so we were following both of their stories, and it looks like Bricks at Blue Star made not one, but maybe too many excuses as to why they didn't want Bear Arms to be involved in this event. At first, they said it was because they hadn't paid their full amount, and then they switched it over and said it was because they're against violence altogether.
Then they shouldn't have accepted the green.
Now, here's my part of it. Real quick.
Shots fired.
I'm on. Okay, so for the record, before I begin, I see both sides, and I'm not picking sides, and it's not just because of opportunities down the line. Honestly, though, I feel both sides are both at fault, and both technically innocent. So like she was saying,
until proven guilty.
So like she was saying, the main issue, the original story that is hidden in the actual post from Bricks at Blue Star is the fact that they only paid the deposit, and supposedly they didn't finish paying off the part of the contract in time. And this is the day before the event. This was Monday. Their event's on Tuesday, so they're notifying them on Monday that they're canceling it, right? So on that sense alone, if it is true that they just didn't, all they did was a deposit and they didn't pay it, and for whatever reason Bear Arms just thought they were going to pay it later or whatever the deal was originally, I totally back Bricks at that point, because that's part of the business. If you're going to tell me, I tell you, pay it, right? But right after that, you're going to go and announce, we're canceling it because they didn't pay the deposit, but we are against violence, we're peaceful, we're this, we're that, when that had nothing to do with the fact that they were getting canceled. Like, that was just an issue they were egging on because of the gun violence. Now, on the flip side of this, they're also hypocrites on this, because our good friends at Bare Knuckle, I don't want to throw them just in the mud, but when you hear the name Bare Knuckle and you see their images, which are images of knives, images of death, like the Grim Reaper, kind of like a fighting type thing, right? Like, the name itself sounds violent. And if you look at like their logos and stuff, they have like the Switchblade as one of their logos with San Antonio on it. Like, how is that any less violent than a picture of an AK with a Nike on the Nike swoosh? You know what I mean? How is that any more violent? It's not like they were hosting this event and having a gun show where everybody bring your fucking machine guns and we're all going to shoot them off at midnight in the air. Like, something like that, I totally back. But then this goes back to, I understand companies or businesses have the right to refuse service. Yeah. But where do you draw the line on what they're able to refuse? You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing violent in here, and if it was a certain, like, vendor or something, why didn't they bring it up to them and tell them, hey, we don't appreciate this or what's going on? Why did they just have to step in when you have Bare Knuckle, who also has Alamo Cartel, which all theirs has like bandanas and they look gang related if you see their logo. So it's like, where do you draw the line on that? It's kind of like us opening a restaurant and not letting anybody who's a Texas State fan because we don't like Texas State. Like, where do we draw the line on that? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I can see your point. I mean, if they do agree with one thing and then they disapprove another, what's the difference between the two? Like, please explain to me, why do you back this instead of, gun? I mean, if it's because it represents guns, maybe that's the reason. Because, I mean, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, bare knuckles shows, like, gang-related knives and then maybe, like, some graphic material. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Because, I mean, maybe they just don't agree with the gun part.
Yeah.
That's probably the way it sounds like, which I can agree. It's kind of, but you still got to explain that too.
Yeah,
them.
And I get that, but if the main reason behind the end of the day is just that they didn't pay, all they did was a deposit, then leave it at that.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
But they just made this a controversial
didn't have to air the
issue now.
They didn't have to air, any other dirty laundry out there. And even the summary that I got from SA Current isn't right, because it says they backed out over the organizers' pro-gun views when they weren't specifically attacking pro-gun views. It was pro-violence in general. They never said anything about just pro-gun, which makes it seem, this little summary in its own makes it seem like they were just targeting Bear Arms, when if in fact it was violence overall, then they should not have accepted money from other vendors that look like they're pro-violence.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they look like for violence.
And that's what I'm getting to, because, Bare Knuckles, shout out to them. They always have their bear market there, like every once a month. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so you're telling me in the last year that they're perfectly fine with that, and they're bringing in different artists doing similar thing, but now this guy's doing it, and just because they're Bear Arms, which I don't know anybody.
Is in our Constitution.
I don't know anybody who would hear the name Bear Arms and not automatically think it's somehow gun related. Like, I really doubt someone's gonna show up in San Antonio with a club that's just arms. It's all Bear Arms. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it would trigger right off the bat. And I'm assuming this has been going on for a good 4 or 5 months. So you're telling me the owner waited the day before to make up his mind?
Yeah.
And I mean, this did get really ugly. I know story wise. Bear Arms was over there leaking the tea out to everyone. They were showing the text messages,
tea, everything.
Text messages, and I'm not speculating. I'm just going off of what we saw there. One of the people there at Blue Brick said, "Well, our lawyers will see your Instagram soon," and that was supposedly how they ended it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it's died. I know Bear Arms is talking about how like Current and other people are reaching out to them, and that's kind of just where it died. But my whole thing about it is, yes, like I said, I think Blue Bricks is in the right because it's their business. They have the right to do whatever they want.
Right.
But if you're gonna be biased and out one person for a certain group for a certain reason, then you need to stay consistent and do that with everybody else.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like the problem is on that. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, as far as my opinion, I side more with Bear Arms than Bricks at Blue Star. I just think that Bricks at Blue Star, what they did as a business move is very it's bad. Yeah. It was a bad business move on them, because I mean, I don't know, as a business, I would, if I was getting vendor applications and stuff to have this event and for vendors to come, I would pretty much want to see what they're about and what they do, because if I didn't agree with their rules or what they do, then I would reach out to them and say, hey, I don't condone violence. I'm sorry. I cannot work with you.
That's it.
And cut the ties there and not take their money. I just think Bricks was being greedy by taking the money. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, I don't know what happened behind closed doors. There's always 3 sides to a story. His story, her story, and the truth. So we don't know. We just know what's publicly given to us. But what I see is that Brick, honestly, I did not like the business move that they did towards Bear Arms, and I don't think that's right.
Right.
Exactly. And that's where, like, even on the flyer and stuff, like it was saying, there was going to be a trick-or-treat thing for the kids from, like, 9 to midnight or something. They were going to have a photo booth from Camera Exchange. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you're having, like, their Camera Exchange is a big company. If they were really, like, if this was really a violent, like, company, I'm pretty sure Camera Exchange is not going to want to risk their name out there for like gun support like that.
No,
unless the owner really supports it.
Yeah.
But even then, like, they were going to go out there. You had, of course, Chi-Chi's Chicken out there. Like, it was legitimate businesses that had nothing to do with anything with guns or violence. And, you know, some of those businesses were looking forward for that day to make some money for them for the month.
Yeah, disrupted that.
Because I know, for example, like I said, Chi-Chi's Bird was affected by that. That was a big payoff for them that they didn't get now. I know they were, thankfully, the Blue Brick was nice enough to refund them back the money. Yeah. And they turned around and refunded all their sponsors. But at the end of the day, though, I just feel like, where do we draw the line now in 2018 on what's considered right to refuse service and what's not?
Yeah.
You know, someone who supports Beto gonna like kick out somebody who supports Cruz because they had an I Love Cruz sticker when they walked into the restaurant. Like, where do we draw on this? And that's where I just feel like, as a whole, we just need to do a better job as a community, because I mean, we're all just trying to help everybody out
together.
Like I said, it wasn't like they were having a gun show.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're gonna shoot things and get drunk and shoot off our guns. Like, I totally get that.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, though, you know that's going to draw controversy because that's part of your name. Yeah. So you shouldn't be blowing it out of proportion when shit like this happens, because that's the risk you take. Yeah. You know, we could have called ourselves 210 stab somebody. Then we're going to understand that when we go and try to...
Hey, man, I'm about to cut you. Eh?
Exactly. Like,
so bad.
Why you come on this side of town, eh?
Or we could have been like 210 border jumpers. Like,
hey, I take offense to that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay, I'll draw the line there.
We logically thought this out for what can market us in the future. And I feel like as a company, especially for those who are going to start one up or business or whatever, that is something you need to take into consideration. Right. And if you're fine with what comes your way for it, you need to not complain about it, because you're the one that took that risk. You're the one that does that. Right. So, like, down the line, if they're going to keep having this issue, then maybe they shouldn't be called Bear Arms. Maybe they should just be called, I don't know, Bear Clips or something. Something else. But I just feel like... Catchy. Yeah. I just feel like on both sides of the line, you know what you got yourself into. And like she said, at the end of the day, there's always going to be their side. Yeah. His side. And
they should just call themselves Acme Company, because they make everything. But especially weapons.
But you know, that was my rant for the day. I've been holding this on since Monday.
I know. And I've been constipated.
I've been perfecting this all week.
I mean, we were contemplating on even talking about it. We just don't want it to boil over. Yeah, start something, or start a riot.
My original thing was to try to get an interview from both sides, but you know, I like to not have to go to court. Yeah. To get this podcast put as evidence. So
but for us to know the truth, we need to hear the truth from both sides. Exactly. Instead of hearsay. Exactly. And passing it down the line.
Honestly, I know it's one of those he said, she said, but honestly, if you do really want to know what's going on, follow both pages. They're on Instagram. Follow them, because as she said, we just read, what was that, MSN Current?
No, so this little summary was from SA Current, and I really don't think they, not bashing SA Current, but I don't think they really did a good job about putting the whole truth on here. They tweaked a little bit of words to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the purpose was, but it's not, some of these words aren't correct.
Especially when we know that Blue Brick and SA Current tend to have a good relationship, so for promoting and stuff like that. Not that I'm saying that SA Current is biased, and like we said, all opinions in this part of the whole podcast in general is ours individually, and not 210 culture as a whole. But, you know, like I said, I haven't met either side personally, so I cannot say business-wise how either one is. But I definitely would like to get to know both sides, not as a let's put it on tape and do it, just more as a personality, because this should not be an issue. I understand it's 2018 and guns are a major issue. Yes, but at the end of the day, we need to make sure that all of us succeed. Even if it's just a small company selling t-shirts.
All of us are just trying to get some bread. That's what we're trying to do.
We're all just some ducks trying to get some bread. And I just feel like, as a whole, that is one problem with San Antonio. We're not united in a front. Whether it's music, mostly Spurs, but other than the Spurs, we're not united. Not
you know what they say in San Antonio? San Antonio women are only faithful to the Spurs.
Mm-hmm. This is true,
and we are, and that's where I feel like this issue really lies, at least for me personally.
Right.
I understand we're not gonna like everybody in the universe.
No, yeah.
And you're not. But why are you going to knock somebody else's shine when they're not doing? I don't want to say it's innocent, but they're not doing anything harmful.
Yeah,
they were doing it to raise. I think I don't know if they're raising money or not, but they were doing it for the kids to have trick or treating instead of having them go down some random neighborhood where their parents can't take them.
Right.
You know, and that's my biggest thing about this. If this was just like a random market show, and they ended up like canceling it or whatever, like what big deal? But this was Halloween, and this was one day before, and you're telling them the day before, like, hey, sorry, we don't like you no more. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty messed up. And for somebody that we planned the Bean Bash, and for the turnout we had and everything we did, imagine that happening, and then that day, instead of him just leaving, he tells us, oh yeah, we can't have you guys because we don't support you, so your Bean Bash is canceled.
Right, and then we invested all that money and all that.
I was already pissed behind the scenes as it was, so could you imagine if they told us that the day before?
Yeah.
I totally understand where that comes from, and I guess that's where I side with them a little bit more. As somebody who's planned events and how much time goes into one.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely though, like I said, I just feel like we need to be more unified as a culture, as a culture, as entrepreneurs, that we're all just trying to get on our own. So who knows? Maybe 210 culture can mend that and make peace one day.
Hey,
call us the Pope.
Hey.
But as we're slowly running out of time here because we try to keep it under an hour. We're going to jump into our newest thing that I ran into while getting tacos.
Yay.
Bae,
so we're here by Blanco and West Avenue. Blanco and West Avenue. They opened up an Alamo Kitchens. So Alamo Kitchens is a fully equipped, licensed, shared use commercial kitchen. They have the equipment you need to prepare for a catering event or your next production batch. They do online booking, so it makes it easy. It is open and ready when client members need it. Alamo Kitchen offers 24-hour scheduled access.
Wow.
Yes. So it is a culinary co-working space for food entrepreneurs and enthusiasts here in San Antonio.
And they did actually win, I think it was here in 2018, they did win like an entrepreneurs contest for like a new startup business.
Yeah. And
they actually won like 10 grand as the first prize.
Hey.
So I mean, I like the idea. Of course, being foodies that we are, there's always a bunch of pop-up shops, just like Chi-Chi's. I think it's Smack Rolls. I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. I think it's Smack Rolls. And there's a couple of other ones that just like pop up. They don't have a truck. They don't have nothing. Or Milkshake Mode. That's another one.
Yeah.
Shout out to Milkshake Mode. Your milkshakes are amazing.
Amazing.
That Selena shake was bomb.
Salinas, I do anything for Salinas.
But like her, she doesn't have a truck to work out of. So instead, I don't know how much the price is because I'm gonna look into that, and hopefully by the next episode I'll have some details. But yeah, she I mean, you can go to that place, and they provide you the full kitchen. You go in there and you can cook, and sell out of it too. I think you can actually sell. So they cover like the permits and stuff, and then you just cook in there, make your meals. So I'm going to see if we can get that space for our culture creations and get our favorite chef here, Chef Spurs homie.
Spurs homie.
Shout out one time for Spurs
homie.
Where he at though?
So for those who heard the Burger Teca video, we did mention about doing I forgot what kind of enchilada it was.
Cajun enchilada.
A Cajun enchilada. So, you know. Who knows? Maybe that might actually become a video.
Hey, you're welcome for the idea.
Yeah. But I think it's great for the community. I don't know, like I said, if there's going to be a monthly fee or a yearly fee, or you have to schedule it. But if at 3 a.m. I can go make a souffle in a professional kitchen, I must be drunk on my ass because I don't know how to make a souffle. But
I was about to say.
But you know, it's awesome. So definitely shout out to.
If you guys are interested, you can go to alamokitchens.org. And the website doesn't really give you much, but it does give you an email address just in case you need more information. Alamo Kitchen at Alamo Kitchens with an S at the end at gmail.com. We'll probably email them just to see if they can give us a price sheet or something so we can post it on our page. I mean, this is great for like people who go to school at the Art Institute. They can definitely use this.
So
definitely you can practice out, and we'll probably post a link because there is a link to their YouTube There's
Yes.
a YouTube video they have. So we will go ahead and post that as well online and get that all squared away. But yeah, it's definitely something cool to check out, and we're going to get more on that and probably try to work with them in the future. Maybe make some special events where you can come out and try some food. Get some local chefs involved. Maybe have some wine, have a good time. See Dom in a nice little monkey suit.
Woo!
Why am I in a monkey suit?
Ric Flair dip.
Because I'm running it, and you're
on
going to be the server boy.
Why?
Because you're the best. You're the best like DJ Khaled.
Why?
Wow.
And if you don't come,
Wow.
then, you know.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
So, before we go here, we got to go ahead and do some couple of shameless plugs so we can get the hell out of here. Because it's getting close to the 60-minute mark. Like 60 minutes.
Okay, all right, let's go.
All right. So, like always, shout out to my boy Nick, who's over there selling apartments. So if you need an apartment
Yay, Nick.
on Blanco area, go
Texas
ahead.
relocation experts, Blanco and Wurzbach Parkway.
And if you don't use them,
Congratulations. You played yourself.
If you don't use them, abuse them. Oh wait, hold on. Wrong one.
Wrong promo.
That's his girls thing.
And then of course, there was the Fideo Loco Fest that actually just got moved from Sunday over to December.
Yes.
December 18th now. So our good friend Spurs Homie is the judge there. So
Whoop, whoop.
that got moved. So if you are interested in putting in your Fideo, you think you got the best in town, go to their website, fideoloco.com.
There are still slots available.
Yes.
bet there
And
is.
then the most important thing going on this weekend here, of course, we have the great
Ramses.
Because Ramses is number one.
I am a singing
No,
at
Nacho
the
is number
We
party.
have our good friends.
He got
at-
ego powers from the egg.
We have our good friends over at Hood All Stars and
Hood
Santa
All
Chinga and El
Stars.
Papalote. They are doing the first ever wrestling event at a luchador bar
Woo!
on, of course, November 3rd. They're going to have the stunt double to Nacho Libre because it's not Jack Black. He's going to take on the great Ramses in a
Number
mask
one.
versus mask match against, I forget who the third guy is, but it's a triple threat. Then you
Triple
have the local San
Budokan.
Antonio
Ramses
guy.
is the best.
And of course,
Budokan.
Do you not realize I have had diarrhea since Easter's?
Always.
I'm going to be out there.
Sometimes you wear stretchy pants.
It's for fun.
I'm going to be out there in my stretchy pants. But yeah, then they're going to have a
Lord
Texas
Jesus.
death match. We're going to be out there.
At least wear the
That's
nice
gonna be
stretchy
some
pants.
shit.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
But we're definitely going to be out there.
Encarnacion.
We're going to have our caps there. So if you want to get a 210 Culture cap, we will be selling them out there bootlegged. No, they're legit.
I ate some grass.
So definitely come out to check it out. We'll be there. Shout out to Luchador Bar. Shout out to DJ Mike All-Star. Shout
DJ
out to
Khaled.
All-Star Entertainment. El Papalote. We're all going to be out there and have some fun. And with that being said, the checks have
You
not...
can't say
the
fun
rest-
without FU.
The rest of the checks have not cleared yet. So before we go ahead and...
No checks clear.
the checks are still waiting. They're depositing right now. They're pending for the weekend.
Everybody,
Oh,
look at
God.
the crying Kim K meme. That's what we are right now.
But yeah, if you know anybody who wants to sponsor and be a special sponsor on the show, hit us up. We got sponsorship spots open, so
We'll make
Hit
you,
us up,
we'll make
hit
you
us up.
money.
hit us up though. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. So like always, this is G,
And
And Donna.
and remember, 210 Culture,
Bringing the best of 210 Nation.
I got beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb,
See y'all next week.
beans, creams, potatoes,
Get that
tomatoes,
turkey.
chicken, turkeys, rat, you name. Beans, creams, potatoes, tomatoes,
name of the
lamb,
dish?
lamb,